Hey internet friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lindsay or Elijah, and listen, it's been a long week. I had some other content that I'm working on for you guys, but it was not ready to be finished and then recorded tonight. It's just like way too much energy. And I was in the robotics section of Amazon the other day trying to get a good laugh to make myself feel better about life by laughing at people who are similar to myself, single observers freaking out with things. And I found some great stuff. And so I pulled a few links and I can't wait to read them again in my most dramatic or least dramatic fashion. So let's just jump right into this non-typical video. Title: Our vacuum committed suicide. I am now Liz. I wish that I could say that everything was going to be fine until Rosie, our vacuuming unit, hurled herself down the stairs. But I feel I must be truthful. In reality, Rosie missed large swaths of the room she had been assigned to, as well as seemingly to obsess over areas she had cleaned several times before. Although the descriptions here imply she needs no supervision, she required our assistance in scaling even the smallest hurdles. The sloping half-inch barriers that divide our rooms derailed her completely and needed to be picked up and carried over them. The final blow came when, in the middle of a sweep routine of the living room, she reached the edge of the stairs. Normally, she would just go over the edge and stop and beep and then finally retreat. But in this fateful evening, Rosie had other plans. Without so much as a glance backward at us, she sailed over the lip of the top step and crashed down 17, landing with a rattle at the bottom. We rushed to her aid, but alas, peered over the banister only to find her in pieces by the front door, one wheel spinning idly. In addition to the trauma caused by losing a valued member of our household, we find ourselves up to our ankles in fur balls and dust bunnies. Rosie, you are gone, but your careless legacy lives on. This was the first one that I came across the other day, and it inspired me to make this entire video. So we're still on robotic vacuums, folks. So this one is titled Sensors, My Dog Says Nope. I want to be one of the many who liked this thing, but no. It ran for 20 minutes over the same area numerous times, left the room without finishing, got stuck under the chair, got stuck under a TV console, ran over my foot. I thought it would sense an object and go around, slammed into the dog's water bowl, sloshing water over the floor. Then it sucked up my dog's tail. I stopped it fast. So if it needs supervision, what's the point? It was set up to turn around and then go back. It did not. It was all over the place and repeated the same place 3 times. It was not quiet either. Not really loud, but when you put it on max mode, it was louder. I'm returning it. So sad. If you guys want to know the best filtering approach to, finding the best, worst Amazon reviews, let me know. All right, we switched to a new variety of Robo Vacuum Mop. All right, so he starts by saying, update. So I got a replacement thinking the first was defective, and it works just long enough to make you think it's going to work. Then it stops, then it kind of works, then it stops, just to string you along into sheer madness. I can say with no amount of hyperbole, I hate this thing more than I've ever hated an object in my entire life. I hate it more than the cancer that killed my father. Okay, we're a little dark, Drew. I hate it so much. It's beyond worthless. This one beeps and spins in a circle for 30 seconds, then beeps and shuts off. I genuinely don't believe anyone could engineer a more perfect device to aggravate and frustrate me beyond belief. I'm a pretty calm person with a very long fuse, but sweet Christ in a tuna can, this thing has me on the verge of rage tears. I relate to that. And I can barely express myself with language. I'm not even returning it. I want to watch it suffer. All I can say is I've been on Drew's level many times. So he continues, I can't believe how much I hate this. So, buy it if you're into good times. I'd say a solid 90% of the time, you put in the full battery with a new mop pad and plenty of fluid and turn it on, then go start it, and things just gives this little sad beep boo and doesn't do anything at all. You can take the battery off and take off the pad and reinsert it over and over again, and sometimes the 10th or even the 11th time it will make a happy beep and drag itself around confusedly for about 20 minutes, dribbling on the floor and whining. It's about as effective as those little wiener dogs that are half paralyzed that they put in little wheelchairs for their back legs. Really. Just whining and dragging and sneezing on the floor. Scruffing along, doing its best and failing miserably to do anything but look kind of cute. You can 1000% clean more in a 5-minute period with a wet paper towel and your foot and some Windex in this little contraption does in an hour. That being said, if you want a thing that beeps and is enormously frustrating, get this ASAP. Okay, so I had pulled this review and I had only read like the first line, so that was way better than I even had expected, and I'm having a great time. Back on the robotic mops, Annabelle says, get a bucket and a mop you like, not this. All right, let's see what you have to say. So, I was initially enamored with this little guy that would knock light and touch-up mopping off my to-do list, but the love was short-lived. I read all of the instructions and everything online, but nothing fixed his wandering ways. The bearers, I said, weren't holding him back, and 90-degree turns, grid pattern path, this little mopper wasn't having any of it. He does moist, abstract art on the floor, and never the same twice. I'd find him rooms away from his assigned task, and at least his water tank is tiny and runs out well before he's done. He's adorable and hilarious, but completely useless. He did solidify what I already knew. A little sweat and time with the bucket gets me clean floors. This guy doesn't. All right, and finishing off strong with Lee. Not very much suction power, she says. It is amusing to watch, but that's about it. It leaves more than it picks up. It will do one line in one room and then head to the next. It's really just a toy for our pets. I have to clean up after it. All right, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed some of these. I enjoyed reading them. That one review where we were talking about the rage tears, I was like, man, I have rage teared over multiple printer, over multiple update. And you know what? It is what it is. So I will see you guys in my next video. So long, internet friends.